I don't disagree with this statement. They have a very, very good team. Last year, they finished those chances that they had in the first half. Last year, everything was going their way.
Cross in front, Merrim puts it home. Returning from international duty to practice on Tuesday, scoring on Saturday. 1-1, 49th minute.
We talked about the support staff needing to step up for the Columbus Crew. That included Merrim and Finley. And Merrim was busy there, found himself in the box with that big chance that maybe he would have missed earlier this season, and buries it.
Two teams that have combined for now 49 goals allowed in the second half.
It's just a simple cross and finish. It's numbers on numbers in the box. Guys are ball watching. It was 4-on-4. Those center backs have to be able to look around and say, hey, pick up that first post man. I got this guy, and make sure that you seal all those gaps, because it wasn't that creative of a goal. It's a great finish, not to take away from the finish, but that's a defensive error in my book. That is accountability. That's man marking. In the box is an individual battle. That's a mentality. You don't get to do it any other way. You don't get to hand off your guy to somebody else. That is pretty much man marking, looking around and saying, hey, if I'm defending in my own box and I'm free, there's a problem right now. When you get to this part of the season, you start to, I know in theory we say let's take it one game at a time, but every time you miss out on 3 points, not to say that they will, but every time that you do, you start to panic a little bit more, and you start to regret points that you could have taken earlier in the season because you know that those opportunities are running out. That's exactly it. When you look at NYCFC, a point for them on the road is fantastic. But when you reverse it and you're Columbus, like you said, at home, and you've been tying all these matches, a lot of them which you should have won or taken more points from, it can be pretty disappointing. So like you said, it's not the point themselves, it's how you're getting those points. It doesn't necessarily change the way you play, but if you are defending for long periods of time, it's one thing to just move the ball along the back line. It's another thing to be probing that team into those pockets, pulsing the ball in and out of those spaces. When you do that and you're forced to defend, honestly, when you do get the ball back, you're tired. And the players aren't moving for you. It's a difficult position to be in. Yeah, it looked like he tried to do a little bit too much. Anytime that second man starts to double team there, you got to know my space is backwards, find the free man, they're doubling me up, there's nowhere to go. Play it simple. And that's part of being a 19-year-old professional, is knowing sometimes you got to mix your game up. Sometimes you've got to learn, I should go at this guy now, and the next time I'm going to play simple. And knowing when the right time is for that just takes time. It takes reps. It takes minutes played. This was a last-ditch effort from Briand. He's the last man back. He throws his body into it. You take that chance anytime you leave your feet in your own box. Whether he got a touch on that or not, you're putting yourself in the referee's hands. You're putting yourself in other people's hands to make decisions for you, when perhaps just standing him up there would have been the right play. Losing 2-1 or losing 3-1 means nothing if you can increase your odds of scoring a goal for, right? Take a guy out of the back, put an attacking-minded player on the field, fresh legs, someone that can bring that spark, and hopefully create just enough to get a goal back and leave with at least a point here in Columbus. That's exactly why you have a guy like Villa on your team. He doesn't need 10 chances to get his team back into the game. One chance, great run, fantastic ball over the top, perfect first touch, calm, cool, collected, buries it in the back of the net. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's going to scrap and fight for balls, try to occupy those two center backs and allow the other players on the field to isolate themselves one-on-one, and then get into the box with every single play and hopefully scrap for a header or a touch on the ball, flick on, be opportunistic and try to create something. That's a great play from Saunders, being willing to come out in the 90th minute knowing this is my ball, it's in a dangerous spot, I'm going to come out, clear the danger, and move my lines out. That's a class finish from Villa. An opportunistic NYCFC squad who refused to let down, who refused to give up, put in subs who've made an impact to create these moments and to create opportunities for the team. And now they're sitting up 3-2 with just 2 minutes left. The excitement just doesn't stop. Again, it's a set piece, last minute of the game. You have to find a way to make a play there. You have to find a way to clear that ball out. I'm not saying it's easy, but you have to find a way. Again, Columbus on the opposite side. Adam John winning that first header. Another player off the bench. And Ethan Finley burying it through 3 guys on the goal line and a goalkeeper. It's extremely difficult to keep that ball on frame.
1 goal all year, and he puts home 2 in the second half.